LIV Golf and the PGA Tour are now one. I'm Robin Lundberg here with senior writer Jon Wertheim. And Jon, considering how contentious that relationship had been over the last couple of years, this announcement kind of caught the golf world by, surprise. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I'd go beyond golf. I'm at the French Open now. Novak Djokovic is playing, and all anyone is doing is talking about golf. My take is that it is shocking, and yet you step back and not surprising. You've got one product, you've got a global tour, you have this lawsuit that is both expensive and contentious and undermining both brands, and it kind of sort of makes sense that there would be a merger. In a regular corporate environment where you didn't have this kind of rhetoric and celebrities as plaintiffs, it might be a logical outcome. There are a lot of issues that still need to be worked through here. Imagine being a player that turned down the live money and now realizing your own tour has basically taken it. This is going to have, like any merger, this is going to have to go through Justice Department and SEC approval. There are a lot of details. The PGA Tour is a nonprofit. How does that mesh with Saudi Arabia and the Public Investment Fund, the PIF, that's underwriting this? I mean, there's a lot more to this story, but a big headline. And as you say, given the rhetoric, given that players were being paid to take sides in this, it's a bit of a shocking headline. But again, stepping back, perhaps inevitable.
Yeah, well, as they say, what makes dollars make sense. But you touched on it a little bit there. There was always this talk about how, they were selling their soul to go over to LIV Golf. And all of a sudden, those guys got paid. They're getting their tour card or the equivalent back, it seems. And the others who stood up valiantly for the history of the PGA Tour are looking like they lost out on a bag here.
Yeah, keep in mind too, these aren't just employees of a company. I mean, the PGA is supposedly a player-run organization, and a lot of players found out about this merger. I mean, this is an existential change, right? I mean, this isn't some sort of commercial deal that affects. I mean, this is absolutely fundamental to golf, and some of the players of this player-run tour were finding out when we did. You think about it. What did LIV Golf lacked in credibility? There obviously was no media presence. This deal with CW Network was de minimis. There was no sort of buzz. And what did the PGA? It came in for their hundreds of millions of dollars. Now you have this influx of capital. In a way, both sides got what they wanted. It also makes this litigation go away, which is not cheap and not good for either brand. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what is in the details. Does Jay Monahan remain commissioner according to the release he does? How many events will move to Saudi Arabia? What is going to be the nature of their investment? What's going to happen to all these players, some of whom, basically left the PGA, and this what was seen as this great act of treachery and of dishonesty? How will they be welcomed back? What's going to happen to these balloon payments? I mean, there are a lot of details to work through. But yeah, I suspect, that there are a lot of unhappy players who are saying, wait a second, I stood on principle, turned down tens of millions of dollars and avoided decamping to this startup, to this rival. And now you're telling me that you, the PGA Tour, without my permission or knowledge, you are taking the very same money that I turned down?
We'll see what the fallout is, as you just mentioned, but the feud between the PGA and LIV is over.